Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song, play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our fresh shall be born, hope day and night, save them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from tyranny, unleashed by your anointed hand. Biafra, shining forever.
For instance, can you tell Nigerians what you intend to do differently, which is not being done now to stem? Specifically, do we intend to use political solutions to resolve IPOB agitations as against current government position? Related to these activities are the activities of a non-government identifying the unknown for appropriate action to stabilize the region. Then question 2 is that...
Just pause on that.
Okay.
I like, so that we don't muddle up it's a very critical question, which I like, and a lot of Nigerians who want to know what solutions you have towards that.
Like you said, every geopolitical zone has its own peculiar security challenge. He brought out the Southeast. Realized today by negotiations or by going through another state can afford to. We should be able to negotiate with the agitators from the southeast as far as the issue of Biafra is concerned. We believe what they need more autonomy as their sovereignty concerned. We propose restructuring of the country, which we mean devolution, more powers and resources. After all, there was Easter there in the First Republic, and they developed at their own pace and with their own resources. So I see no reason why the middle of the road solution, in other words, restructure, devolution of more powers and says, not be a solution to their various agitations. The agitations are in different perspectives, to my understanding. One of it is political, and political has the sense of how does the Southeast, participate in power sharing in the country. And we are in a democratic society. There is no one single geopolitical, zone in this country that on its own can achieve political power without crossing the for their own interests or to protect their own interests. Go as far as the agitations for iPod is concerned. I don't know whether my running mate has to add, being almost about our neighbors, to the southeast.
Actually, our presidential candidate has
is the former director who says, Mr. Mike Ejiofor.
Talks about killing your premier. Add on top of that the North's general hate of the East, and you can start to get the picture of the sort of tribal tension Nigeria was heading towards.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only
talks about killing your premier. Add on top of that the North's general hate of the East, and you can start to get the picture of the sort of tribal tension Nigeria was heading towards.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, I mean, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only.
Again, the purpose of this event is to try to make sure that the Congress of the United States, the administration of this country, our friends and allies around the world, and not least, of course, people of goodwill in this country and elsewhere, are on notice that Nigeria is at risk of disastrous collapse, that the forces that we've just been talking
We have said this before. If the people working with us, if I go to Abia State and I fall in Abia State, I expect the commissioner for police in Abia to be killed with the entire family. My death will be avenged. If I go to Lagos and I fall in Lagos, I expect my death in Lagos to be avenged. As simple as that. We are not here to play or to joke. Why are we so terrified of death? We are going to die anyway. So what nonsense is this fear of death? Fear. You so bloody what? Jesus Christ that you worship every day died at the age of 33. I am older than Jesus Christ by over 20 years. So what nonsense are people talking about? What rubbish are they talking about? We are incorruptible. Incorruptible. Nobody born of a woman can corrupt it. It is impossible in this life. Not while we live. I have said it before and I will continue to say it. If I contemplate abandoning this struggle, if God does not kill me and kill my family, I will know He's not God.
Our mission is a very simple one. To restore Biafra, or we die restoring Biafra.
This is the indigenous people of Biafra. We have stand here in the holy land of Africa. This is all my worker, and the lion's blood is here. Biafran is asked to sit at home. No coming out.
We have said this before. If the people working with us, if I go to Abia State and I fall in Abia State, I expect the commissioner for police in Abia to be killed with the entire family. My death will be avenged. If I go to Lagos and I fall in Lagos, I expect my death in Lagos to be avenged. As simple as that. We are not here to play or to joke. Why are we so terrified of death? We are going to die anyway. So what nonsense is this fear of death? Fear. You so bloody what? Jesus Christ that you worship every day died at the age of 33. I am older than Jesus Christ by over 20 years. So what nonsense are people talking about? What rubbish are they talking about? We are incorruptible. Incorruptible. Nobody born of a woman can corrupt it. It is impossible in this life. Not while we live. I have said it before and I will continue to say it. If I contemplate abandoning this struggle, if God does not kill me and kill my family, I will know He's not God.
Our mission is a very simple one.
restore Biafra or we die Biafra.
Indigenous people, we have stand here. Any Holland this is all my worker. And the Lions Band is here. NDIOMA is here. The whole world is coming to Biafra. The whole world is creating Biafra to go. Our people is with us. They will come and lie to you. And now the place against us. They will come and lie to you. And our people are now with us.
Biafran is asked to sit at home, door coming out.
More music on trendybeats.com.
trendybeats.com.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
We have said this before. If the people working with us, if I go to Abia State and I fall in Abia State, I expect the commissioner for police in Abia to be killed with the entire family. My death will be avenged. If I go to Lagos and I fall in Lagos, I expect my death in Lagos to be avenged. As simple as that. We are not here to play or to joke. Why are we so terrified of death? We are going to die anyway. So what nonsense is this fear of death? Fear, fear, fear. You so bloody what? Jesus Christ that you worship every day died at the age of 33. I am older than Jesus Christ by over 20 years. So what nonsense are people talking about? What rubbish are they talking about? We are...
As they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, something, everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the something they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria, I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own.
We can start.
It's the same one Nigeria.
Because people are waiting. I'm not hearing you. You mute me. This one is so good. I am out. When they take me out. That's why I'm trying not to go out from it. Are you hearing me now?
Okay. Okay. So let us see what we got. Okay. No volume. Joanne, can you hear me? Oh man, she said there's no volume. Pastor Rod, can we try again? Can you hear me now? Oh, let me check the settings of the speaker system. I think the system is okay. Can we hear me? Okay, Joanne can hear me. Joanne, we would like the program. If you can follow the link, or if you are already here, you can just let me know, so I can know that you are here. I really need you in this program, actually. And we have a very important personalities here in this program today. Of course, we have the almighty Pastor Rose Ellen. And
God bless you.
Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, of course, I can hear you very loud and clear. Can you
Wow.
hear me very clearly?
Of course. Yet it's okay. Yet God has done it. It's great.
This is good. Pastor Rose, you are one of the best things that happens to us today, for us to have somebody like you in this very broadcast room. This is the voice of the coast, Pastor Rose. And you are very, very welcome.
I'm honored. I'm honored. I am the one going to say I am honored because we are going to get Biafra. That's it. I am honored to be in your midst. Thank you. And I know a lot of great men and great women of Biafra is going to join. Share it, please. Share it. This is the time for us to come in. We need you people. The coastal region, they are coming in because they have woken. And when they woken, you know that Biafra has come.
Absolutely.
And I want to use this to appreciate Mazi Simon that God has been using to do great things. Without him, we could not be in this forum now. Without the great effort, the mantle that God, through Mazi Nnamdi has given him to shepherd this floor and take him to this new dimension, to this level that every one of us are awakening. Everyone, nobody wants to be left. I appreciate God in your life. May the Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you in wisdom, in knowledge, so that Biafra, as you have said it, so shall it be. Thank you, everybody, and welcome on board. I will leave you for now.
Joanne, I can't join now, maybe later. Okay, certainly. Do that, take your time, do that, Joanne. And we are really here, and we have a very, very important persons here today, especially two very, very important people, Pastor Rose Ellen and Madam Joseph Arewa. These people has been doing very, very tremendously. Pastor Rose, the coastal region, we really like to use this opportunity to tell you thank you so very much. Thank you very much. All the kind of news we used to hear about our security architecture in terms of some logistics, they are no longer happening. The things have moved into a very good dimension. And Nnamdi Kanu was really very, very skeptical when he was talking about the new dimension. And he said that Simon will be bringing a new dimension. And I'm very glad, very, very glad that people like Pastor Rose Ellen has been involved and has been working so hard to support the new dimension to make it a success. And this is what we employ every Biafrans out there to support the autopiloted IPOB, to support Simon EKPA and the agenda of the autopilot to restore Biafra by next year, 2023. This is a prospect. This is a foresight. This is a very good vision for Biafran people. Every human being must have something to live with. Every intelligent human being must have a project, must have a prospect, must have a focus. You must have a destination. Biafran people want to have all this, and we are working very hard. Together, we can make this happen. If you are still on the side of the DOS who do not have direction, they do not have prospect, they do not have project, they do not have aim, they do not have a mission, they don't know the direction they are going. And today they are trying to campaign indirectly for the Nigerian, for one Nigeria. Of course, a lot of things has been happening, and the dangers in our land that have made the coastal region to come out and begin to preach to our people in the coastal region to tell you the brief history of Nigeria and the hidden truths and the danger that awaits every one of us. The advert danger that awaits every one of us is a massacre. And for that, we must come together, unite effort and unite fronts to be able to combat these people and, most importantly, achieve a free nation, a Biafran nation, a nation where rights, everybody will be equal, a nation where people can move out at night at any time freely without being afraid of anybody, a place where you can even sleep, even if you don't lock your door, you don't have any fear of anybody invading you. As I'm talking to you, my door is not locked. Sometimes I sleep like that and nothing happens, and I can walk around anytime I want. Simon EKPA is trying to bring what he enjoys in Finland. Finland is a very, very great country. Finland is a beautiful country. Finland have fought war of aggression. They have fought for their freedom. And as I tell you today, some people who live in Finland today can live with their sleep with their two eyes closed without being afraid of somebody coming at night to slaughter them in their hundreds. And some people, powerful nation, we said, is of no concern. I am telling you today, Biafran people, that you are the only person who can, we are the only people who can deliver ourselves, who can fight for ourselves. We could find ourselves in the trench tomorrow if we prepare for it. If we do not prepare for this existing and incoming danger, I swear we may not be alive to even find ourselves in the trench, let alone, representing for anything. So today we are going to be looking at so many varieties of things as it concerns coastal region. And a lot of people are supposed to come here today. I don't know what is happening, but we are going to manage what we have today. Once the most important person arrives, we will have to go down to business. And of course, Joanne will be joining us. Joanne is the owner of the Lady J Corner. Lady J Corner has been doing extremely well and wonderful as far as to pass informations and news details to the people living in the coastal region. So, Pastor Rose, and I must oblige that we are very, 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 very pleased to find you in our midst today. Pastor Rose is one of the acting champions of the autopilot. She has made sure that every people comes together, including the people from the other side. They came together, everyone come together in one fold. We have different platforms where you can find Biafran people. In case you are joining in for the free time, maybe you have been hearing it, you have been, you have been mumbling and fumbling, you have been, having a lot of thoughts in your mind. What are you going to do? Is this struggle going to lead to somewhere? How is it going to be possible? I tell you, everything is possible when two good heads come together. So this platform, you can find a lot of Biafran people who you can interact with, chat, you can even get friends there, So this movement is very large, and the autopilot is strictly moving to a new dimension. You may not like the approach. You may not like the way it is going to come, but, you know, we must do what we get to do, you know. So, get a call, just a moment. Hello? Hello?
Some want to come in. They can't be able to come in. Please allow people to be coming in.
Oh, I should refresh. Let me call her back. Seems she's trying to. Ajibo Sunday, thank you for joining the program. And thank you so very much. We wish you a very Merry Christmas. Hello, mommy.
They are not hearing you anymore.
Oh, Pastor Rose, that was Madam Erewa. So she was trying to join the program. I can't find her here. And we can now do something. So let us, Pastor Rose, you have talked to us, but somebody, oh my God, what happened? This network is going to kill me today. Guys, I'm very, very sorry. This program is not always like this. And the network kind of tried to mess me up here. Let me see. Let me kind of refresh but Sunday, you can hear me very clearly, right? Sunday, can you hear me? Okay, it's good now. Thank you. Let me try to reshare the link because I just refreshed. Just a moment, guys. So let me put up the national. Okay. Oh, really? Something happened to the system today. Yes, I just saw it now. Even our videos were removed. Everything has been removed. Just give me a moment. Let me share this link back so people can join back again. This is very unfortunate, but I'm sorry.
We have said this before. If the people working with us, if I go to Abia State and I fall in Abia State, I expect the Commissioner for Police in Abia to be killed with the entire family. My death will be avenged. If I go to Lagos and I fall in Lagos, I expect my death in Lagos to be avenged. As simple as that. We are not here to play or to joke. Why are we so terrified of death? We are going to die anyway. So what nonsense is this fear of death? Fear. You so bloody what? Jesus Christ that you worship every day died at the age of 33. I am older than Jesus Christ by over 20 years. So what nonsense are people talking about? What rubbish are they talking about? We are incorruptible. Incorruptible. Nobody born of a woman can corrupt it. It is impossible in this life. Not why we live. I have said it before and I will continue to say it. If I contemplate abandoning this struggle, if God does not kill me and kill my family, I will know it is not God.
Our mission is a very simple one. To restore Biafra, or we die restoring Biafra.
This is the indigenous people of Biafra. We have stand here. Any holy land of Africa. This is all my work. The Nigerian squad is here. NDIOMA is here. The whole world is coming to Biafra. The whole world is here for Biafra to go. Our people will us. They will come and lie to you. Right now, people is against us. They will come. Lie to you. And our people are now with us.
Every Biafran is asked to sit at home. No coming out.
More music on trendybeats.com.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is
trendybeats.com.
My people. Someday, are you still there? Can you hear me? Okay, you said you can hear me. Thank you so much. We are trying to fix some technical issues here. Oh my God, I don't know what is happening. It keeps kicking people out.
Trying to make sure your mic is on. And I can.
Okay. Yeah, Mommy Arewa is here. He didn't let you join.
Yes.
What is he saying?
Mute the mic.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And Mommy is here now. You are out. I don't know. Yeah.
Switch on. I changed this now. I changed to this one. Let's see if we can do. I changed to my iPhone 5, you know.
Okay.
Because I'm using this one, but it's not going.
She's out again now.
You see, that is it.
The thing has kicked her out. And even the thing removed it.
You see?
All my videos are out.
I don't know how you did it.
I didn't do anything. All my videos are out from the system. Oh my God.
Jesus.
She's back.
If somebody are doing it, somebody attacking it,
Okay, no,
somebody attacking it, it's attacking it.
Take this out because you don't need to add a channel.
She's
okay.
back.
Good.
Let me see if I can comment.
Okay, try again.
Send it direct to me.
Okay, let me send you again. Yeah. Pastor Rose, I'm very glad you can join this thing this time like this.
No. We need to promote, my brother. I told you,
Yeah.
we need to go online. We need to do something. We are no more listening. These people, we need to do something.
Yeah.
It's my volume up.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
very wise. Good. That is my happiness.
Yeah, she's here, and
No,
you
it's
need
not
to be
good.
here too.
Because you just type things. You allow it to go. Are you using the same phone you are using?
No.
Okay. You allow it to wait before sending it.
The volume is low.
Mommy is greeting you.
Mommy, good evening.
I salute you. The volume is low on my end here.
Yes, but allow Iyo to speak, please. Allow Iyo to come on board so that people will be coming, please. Usher her, please.
Yeah, Iye is already inside, so we are waiting for
But
you.
she's not yet. But okay, but let her be talking. I will be okay. You don't know how to this thing because you need to allow her to come to the public and I'll be addressing the public.
Yeah,
okay. Let me see.
My volume is very low.
I cannot join the room. Look at what is here. I cannot join. Make sure you have a valued link. That's what he's giving.
A valid link.
Me now. Then I now entered. He said the screen stand by. Great. Okay, no. Then he said sign with your password or with your email or with your Gmail or with your Facebook.
No. Okay. It wants you to log in. You don't necessarily have to log in before. If you just click the link, it's supposed to direct you to the studio.
Exactly. Exactly.
These people want to mess with me today. Oh Jesus, not today. And the link keep bringing the same thing. They removed everything, every of my items inside. My logo, okay, the logo is still there, but the background pictures and some other things are no longer there. I think somebody is trying to do something with the system. I don't know what it means. Or, okay, this thing is in two forms. Let me do something again. If I do it again, I'll share you the link and you will join. But I don't know if to kick EA out, but let me try.
It doesn't matter, then EA will come again. Let's see.
Okay. Now let me refresh the link and send it again. I'm very sorry.
No problem.
I'm sending you again.
Okay.
Okay. I send again. Try the last one. Let's see. Okay.
It's not cool.
It didn't work. Oh my God. So.
But here is here now.
Yeah. Let me just work with EA. I don't know if you can.
I will comment. I will comment.
Try find a way. I will still refresh and send it again.
Okay. Let me see if I will enter with my Facebook. Don't worry. Let me see.
Okay.
I will comment.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coastal Region Liberation Team, and this is a place where we bring the message of done to the doorstep of the people from the coastal region. Today is the 27th day of December 2022. And before us here today, we have the most wonderful woman of our time, a woman that we are very, very proud of. She's our mother, a parent, auntie, sister. She's everything for us. Madam Merewa has been one of the pillars of this Biafra movement. She has been a source of strength. She has been a source of emulation. She have committed so much to this struggle to make sure that people from the coastal region get their freedom alongside with this Biafra, with our brothers from the southeast. But we have a lot of items and issues and complications that are on ground. And so many of us have been thinking about how we can really find out a way of solving these problems without so much stress. And we have been thinking about how we can send our message into the coast to make sure that they receive the voice of freedom and abide by it. There are some basic important things that we would like to discuss with our mommy today, and this discussion is going to be very, very heavy. And I believe that that is why some people are trying to attack the program, because people are going to listen to mommy today and they are going to learn a lot of new things. And I must tell you, to be sincere, that many Nigerians, I was one before, they do not have of what Nigeria is all about. They don't know what is coming for them. And they have been taught in this kind of mentality that, I mean, to suffer and to, you know, to see suffering or to see bad thing as, how will I put it, to see bad thing as a good thing, as a way of life. And this has gone very far to damage the image of Nigeria. Of course, I know, like my grandfather always said, that there's nothing like Nigeria, because he said that they cannot move or raise army from their community now and move to another person's land to, you know, give them a name or form them into a certain group and make them to look like a country and force it on the people who do not agree with it, and even possibly kill millions of people. And he was very, very skeptical about this. This pained him so much before he died. I am very, very sad that he really have to die with all those things in his heart. And this is Nigeria have put a lot of people, even in that country, even some people who are shouting Nigeria are still having this pain in their heart. They know that this is not what they want. This is not what they want. This is not what the people want. The people have been there before Nigerian came, and they forced all this. This has taken so many lives. We have never killed any British people before. We cannot even invade them. We never had any mindset of this. Like the Igbo race is one of the most prosperous race and one of the tribes in Nigeria that had never been conquered before. They never went to any other people's land to kill them or form an army among themselves and start invading others, because they were never hungry. And Nigeria has been, the region has been conquered for the Fulanis, and the only people fighting is the Igbos. Why? There is a video before I introduce our mommy directly for the audience. There is a video I'd like us to see, and we will bring our mother on board.
Is a former director with DSS, Mr. Mike Ejiofor.
Good to see you, Mr. Mike. Your questions, allow me to Nigeria, the reason why you see those who are asking questions even from the script is because we want precision. We want people to be able to ask direct questions. Ejiofor, go ahead, please.
Well, security is the bedrock for any food development. and I know you have a lot of programs. Unfortunately, there are a series of security challenges in the country, especially separatist agitations in almost all the parts of the country. Now, I take Southeast geopolitical zone for instance. Can you tell Nigerians what you intend to do differently, which possibly is not being done now to stem the tide? Specifically, do you intend to use political solutions to resolve IPOB agitations as against current government position? Related to these activities are the activities of our non-government who have been wreaking havoc in the zone. If you intend to use political solutions of IPOB, how do you see the wheat from the chaff? That is addressing the political solutions of IPOB and at the same time isolating and identifying the unknown government for appropriate action to stabilize the region. Then question 2 is that
Just pausing that. I like, so that we don't muddle up the. It's a very critical question, which I like, and a lot of Nigerians who want to know what solutions you have towards that.
Like he said, every geopolitical zone has its own peculiar security challenge. He brought out the iPod issue in the Southeast. The iPod issue in the Southeast is basically, as far as my understanding is concerned, is about the realization of Biafra. Is it possible for Biafra to be realized today? How? By negotiations or by going through another civil war, which we can't afford to? So I believe we should be able to negotiate with the agitators from the Southeast as far as the issue of Biafra is concerned. We believe what they need is economy as far as their sub-region is concerned. That is why we propose restructuring of the country, by which we mean devolution of more powers and resources. After all, there was Eastern Nigeria in the First Republic, and they developed at their own pace and with their own resources. So I see no reason why a middle of the road solution, in other words, restructuring of more powers and resources, should not be a solution to their various agitations. The agitations are in different perspectives, to my understanding. One of it is political, and political has the sense of how does the Southeast, participate in power sharing in the country. And we are in a democratic society. There is no one single geopolitical, zone in this country that on its own can achieve political power without crossing the Niger or being in alliance with other geopolitical zones. I think this is what they should begin to think. Okay, how do they partner with other parts of the country to secure political power, for their own interests or to protect their own interests? I think these are the way to go as far as the agitations for IPOD is concerned. I don't know whether my running mate has something to add, being also from almost about our neighbors, to the south.
Okay, that is article. So, Mommy, you're here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm here. It's just that the volume is low.
No, I can't see you.
Am I here?
No.
Am I here now?
You are on WhatsApp.
Okay, let me go.
Okay. Okay, sorry for that interruption, Mommy. we just played this article of a person, and this guy is a kind of old guy. This guy is not even a bona fide Nigerian. I don't know. They claim this guy became a Nigerian through plebiscite. I do not understand how an individual can become a citizen of a particular country through plebiscites. What I know that a group of people could, be in agreement or in a vote to become part of a particular nation, and it will be signed and sealed. Like the situation with the Ambazonia people, and even when they are signed and sealed, in this condition, if they are treated unfairly, they also have the right, as the right of self-determination, to decide whether they want to continue with the said country or not. So this article became a Nigerian true plebiscite, and there had been war before in Nigeria, like he said. These people are ignorant people. They don't, he never make anything of his own. But like in our area, we own our land. We were born there. We have always lived there before Nigeria was brought to us. And when Nigeria was brought, they were killing our people. Before, if you are facing conquest, you're supposed to know. So people who have this idea, have the intelligence, decide, no, we cannot be this Nigeria. Let us go our own. We went our own. They clamored for war. They took all their horde and come to our land and slaughtered people and imposed the Nigeria on us. This person that is calling a running mate is answering an Igbo name. This is Ifeanyi Okowa. And our discussion today, Mommy, is coastal region a Biafra or a neighbor of Biafra? Because that was what article said to Okowa, his running mate, that he's a neighbor of Biafra. Is it, how do we, let us discuss. We need to borrow some knowledge from you about this very particular issue. Okay, yeah. You can still tell us, Mommy, who you are. I do have introduced you before, but it is better said when.
Can you hear me?
Of course.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Because my volume is very low, and I'm trying to see why the volume is so low. But I think loud. What you asked is, if you can repeat it so I can get exactly what you just asked, because of the volume.
Yeah, there is a kind of argument between our people about the issue of Biafra. Some of them are wondering whether if we are really Biafra or not, or what Biafra holds for us, what are we going to achieve when we become Biafra? But these people never really know that they are actually Biafrans, because the bite of Biafra is in their land, is in their border. So they are even more Biafran than the Igbos. But because of, there is maybe a place we are going to read today on about the European General Conference of 1884, in short from 78 to 1880, they had this numerous program and many acts were designed on how they shared Africa into parts. This thing actually affected our region most especially. And one of the major reasons it affected us is because of the numerous amount of solid mineral deposits that are found in our area, down from Enugu to Edo State. So our people are saying, are we really Biafrans? So we want you to, you can start from here. Anyhow you want to start it, to explain to our people what Biafra means to us as coastal region people, and how our life will be better than in Nigeria, and why we should leave Nigeria. And also maybe from your comment article, we'll be able to know that these people are actually Biafran than he thought, or probably he's trying to play a kind of political hocus pocus. Because the way he put it sluggishly and like unimportant something, and he knows in his mind that Okowa is a Biafran man, because what he said on this very program contradicts his decision when he was picking Okowa as a running mate. He picked Okowa as a running mate, he said, because he's an Igbo man that is very quiet and very understanding and very intelligent and a doctor. So, Mommy, please try to lay emphasis on this particular aspect so people can grasp. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I had to kind of kind of put my ears very close so I can make sure that I get the message that I need to address in the inquiry. Yes, we are Biafrans. To make it more easier for everyone to understand is that we are Eastern region. That's who we are. And Eastern region is Bight of Biafra. That's where the sun rises and it sets in the west. And I remember in my younger days, we started with standard school. Before, when the contraption was created, everything changed to primary school. There is one when talking about geography and all, the way they taught us in school to know the geographical location is that we are Eastern region where the sun rises.
Yes.
So we are Biafrans. And Biafra is Bight of Biafra. If you go to look at the map of Africa, ancient map of Africa, you will see Biafra right there. And when you look at the map of Africa, where Biafra is, where coastal is located, is right inside the Bight of Biafra that comprises of the entire Eastern region. It's not even at the edge, it's inside, way down. So we are Biafra. The reason why most coast ones are acting the way they do is because when the contraption was created by Lugard. By the way, Lugard is not a family man, he's a British mercenary. And creating the contraption, and they saw the resources that God blessed us with. Lugard and the British and his British masters and the Fulanis, they made sure that they use what you call divide and conquer to slash us into pieces. If you look at the contraption, I call it contraption because Nigeria is not a nation, it's not a country, it's a contraption. It was created from business that Lugard brought, Royal Niger Company. And so what they did is that they made sure that they use this divide and conquer to make us to think that we are not Eastern region. And so they Ebonized Eastern region. And more so, it's not even Igbo that came up with the name Biafra. Because Bight of Biafra is there. It's an NDIOMA who said the nation, after the war is imminent, and Ojukwu, of blessed memory, asked, what should we call the nation? And NDIOMA said, Bight of Biafra is Eastern region, so our nation should be called Biafra. And Ojukwu adopted it. So, but what they did was the British and the Fulanese, they then Ibonized Biafra. And this is where it came, that they made it look like it's a rebel. I'm being realistic because I was biased. I was biased during the war. The way they made us think that Biafra is rebel. So when you say Biafra, they used it to stigma evil. And I'll tell you, it's heartbroken. As I thank God for Nnamdi Kanu, that, and traveling to this part of the world where I am, I started to realize what the British did to us. We coastlands, we were the most deceived and the most deprived. They made us, they tried to change our name. They tried to change our identity. They tried to change everything about us. Not only did they slash us when they created the contraction, oh, we are Midwest. Then from Midwest, we became Bendel. Then from Bendel, then we became Delta. And then the next thing is Niger Delta and all this kind of slashing. We are the only one that they keep slashing us. Because they did that, because they want us to hate each other. And that's why when killing is happening, the first question we ask, and now where did they kill so? You say, for Port Harcourt, you say, I bet. So this is the harm, the dangerous harm, the wickedness that the British and the Fulani did to us. So that when I see an Igbo, I say, now Igbo, now rebel. We did this during the war. I'm telling you. Me myself, I want this. Today, I am proud to say I am Biafran. And it's time to put the British to shame, because if you are a coastman and you are denying yourself that you are not a Biafran, then you are trying to answer what the British people want you to answer, want you to be. And the worst thing that can happen to any person in this world is for somebody else to write your own history, to tell you who you are, and to make you be who you are not. And that's exactly what the British and the Fulani has done. I'm telling you, look at Delta. We are Deltans. Ifeanyi, please, what is the meaning of Ifeanyi? Because it be like say this name now, yeah, I don't know. We got there's Ifeanyi Jopo, and now Ifeanyi Okowa. Ifeanyi Okowa, political jobber now be. Because of politics, shame on him. Because of politics, This Ifeanyi Okowa in 2015, that's when he sold his destiny for politics to the Fulani. This man, in 2015, that's when all the respect that I have for Okowa, it ended. When Okowa went to Vanguard and said, he is not a Biafran. If you are not a Biafran, then you are Fulani now, Abi.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the map, if you go and look at the ancient map of Africa, Asaba, is there inside Bight of Biafra? Yes. Delta, the whole of Delta, is there inside Bight of Biafra? Eastern region, all of us, not the same. So it can make me appreciate how Nnamdi Kanu opened my eye. And that today I am alive to talk. And that our generation, young generation, anybody who will tell you, say you are not a Biafran, the person is telling you that you are not who God created you to be. You are a Biafran. And as I talk today, if anybody tell you out there, say you are not a Biafran, you will tell the person, say, no, I am Biafran. Yes. So, coastal region, we are Biafran. Forget about Sabo. There are lots of Sabos. Okay? When the British came to invade Ishekiri, when the British came to invade Edo, all this happened because of 1884 Berlin Conference. Treaty, they were passing. But today, look at everywhere. When Biafra comes, you will see what is yours. You will take care of it. The British and the Fulani did this to us, want us to deny ourselves who we are, want us not to be able to write our own history, want us not to be able to create and to invent, want us not to be able to make sure say we have clean air and all that, and so they came to pollute shell oil. So we are Biafrans, but I will stop here. So anybody, when they talk, say they are not Biafrans, that's a lie. You are Biafrans. And I want to tell you one thing. Me, when sit down here, so, and I say it because it is the truth. I myself, when I sit down here, so, I used to think he say I used to think he say Nigeria. I used to hate Igbo. I'm telling you people, that's how much they biased our mind. It's like they took our mind, they can't lock them. And they are using our wealth. They are messing it up. They are destroying it. Which one concern them may not be their own. And you now, when you get your own, waiting God bless you with, you they worship the person where they turn you into slave. So don't let anybody keep you in enslavement, because we are Biafrans, because that's who I am. One person asked me one thing, make I tell them. The person asked me, say, you are Ishekiri, you are Robo, and what if Ishekiri and Robo, they decide say they're not going to go Biafra? What you go do now? Say, Job in the Bible. I'm not a pastor or anything, but I know one thing Job said in the Bible. He said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. As for me and my house, I am going Biafra because I know Biafra will not refuse me and my house. Because I know I will not be a slave and nobody is going to make me a slave. And so should you not allow anybody, being British, being Fulani, coming to take your thing down, to make you a slave because they are coming to use your stuff because they don't want the world to know you exist. And nothing is as bad as nobody knows you exist. And that's exactly what the contraption has done. Make I stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mommy. Thank you very much. I swear to God, you are the best thing that happened to us today on this very program. And we are very glad that you are here and you make our hearts very pleased. And of course, mother's words are very, very powerful. You just, some of the things that we don't know before, you touched light everywhere, and our people are listening to this message. Fellow coastal regionals, this message is very, very important. We oblige you, we implore you to help us share this video and let it get to all our people, especially those in the villages. These are people who are suffering. These are people who are victims. And my people, I want us to learn something. There is something that we'll be introducing. And when we introduce this, we have to learn by it. We dehumanize people a lot. We were watching a video yesterday. They said those people are hoodlums. You know, we live in a country where parents are calling their children hoodlums. This is very bad. We have to change this very attitude of calling our children, our young children. People in the politics, you have to learn lessons from today. Because I know those children are not your biological children, but if you are their leader, those children are your children too. And you have no right whatsoever to call a child a hoodlum. Those are victims of your actions, your corruption, and everything that you are doing. And people are, some villages in Enugu has been deserted and people left those areas. Many places in Benue State has been deserted. People left those areas. You capture people who are sleeping under the bridge. You tie them up. Hundreds of them. How can 100 people, all of them are hoodlums? 100 people. And this hoodlum has villages. They have parents. Some of them have, their parents has been killed. And when it goes to the time for them to defend themselves, you take away the mic from them and you are showing the whole world that these people are hoodlums. They didn't, you even denied them their right, their freedom of speech. You didn't give it to them for them to explain themselves how much hoodlum they are. You deny them that right. Only you condemn them. Only you decide for them. Only you tie them. Probably you will take them to prison. These are victims of the Fulani terrorism in our land. And you have no right to deny them, for them to talk. If you are a Biafran, never ever be afraid of anybody to say that you are a Biafran, even if you die saying it. People in the Christian faith died because of their faith. They will tell you, there was a time in Nigeria, many Igbo people has been killed because of Christianity. They killed these people because they are Igbos. They killed them because they are Christian, especially in the north. That they will ask you whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim. You say you are a Christian, they will cut off your head. There was a time things were like this. And you capture these people, they speak your language, they have a village where they come from, and you know the crisis going on from those areas, you still have the guts to tie these people. Oh my God. Lie them down on the ordinary floor. Dredge them half naked. If it's a white man that did that, we will say it is racism. If it happens in Libya, we said they are, you know, they are torturing our people. But this government have done more than inhuman thing that ever exists on this very earth. That level of degrading treatment is undeserved and is unconscionable. Biafran people, I want to tell you, if you have any knowledge of science, you must come forward. You must try to identify yourself with the autopilot IPOB councils. So that, because the only way, if it will get to a time where it will become an action of last resort, where people have to act accordingly, we must make something that is very impactful, something very massive, something that can almost end Nigeria at once. This is what will happen if we don't get our freedom. Our freedom, I must tell you, people must not be tied down by anybody. And the reason why we brought our mommy here today is, one, because of our experience, and two, because she had never acknowledged this thing in her young age. She never really saw what happened, because the lie sold, the lies went far more than the truth. People invaded their land, our land. They were conquering us gradually without the owners of the land knowing. They divided us against our families without we knowing, being able to identify this and fight it. Why? Because we have been divided against ourselves. If you go home now, you see, if I call even elderly people back home, enemy. This, your own neighbor is your enemy. This one is your enemy. Even your own son is you don't trust anybody. We must build trust, and we must unite. We must unite with the Southeasterners. We must recognize the fact that we are facing an existential threat. We must recognize the fact that there are people in our land who are invaders. Let me tell you what is happening in the Southeast today, like what happened in these few weeks, in this month and last month until today. The killings in Ehamufu, and they transformed it now. The government have been able to find out a way to turn it to a communal crisis and a tribal crisis. That the Benue people are now the one invading Ehamufu. They are trying to make it look like it's now a land dispute. This thing has happened in the South before. This thing gave birth to, this crisis there were so much big foreign interest in Delta State as at that time, and Port Harcourt, River State, and the interest of some Fulani oligarchs, to the extent that even when people find out that these guys have oil well, but people from Delta State do not have oil well. And then when this crisis grew, our people tried to solve the problem, but they were very poor in knowledge. When Niger Delta forces militant came out, they were easy to change it to militant. They first degraded them to militancy, so that the cause they are fighting for, they want to change the ideology. But because those guys they were not stable, they don't have the mind of their own, they changed them, they paid them, and the Niger Delta, we thought was going to be a miracle. They were dismantled within this period. I swear, if you look at all the people that has vessels that are selling oil from Port Harcourt to Delta State to Cross River State, they are Fulani people, outside people, Alajis, that are selling these oils. And you are there, they are selling what is in your land, and you are shouting, you are smiling. When uranium was discovered in Enugu, they killed a lot of people within that period. From this period, America and Britain were able to find out how they can manage it and even take it easily without you knowing that such resources existed. Britain have used it to power their nuclear submarines and their warships and their nuclear plants. They use it as a nuclear reactor. They are also using it as a source of weapon. They have used it to build capabilities for themselves. These are what you and I are supposed to have developed. Let me tell you, in our place, we have people studying chemical engineering. Okay, they removed chemical engineering and history from studies so that we will not come and kill them when we realize ourselves. There are people who are studying elect, but the whole country is in darkness. We have dozens of these people graduating from school every year. This country have to be broken. The Nigeria must be destroyed. There is nothing that can save Nigeria. You must realize what we are telling you today. We want to have a future. I want my child to have a very good life. I want my child to be able to go to my village, go around, work for free without having to be afraid of anything. I want my child to be able to make impact in a society or to try to tell somebody the truth without being afraid of his life being taken from him. Fellow Biafrans, we are in a very, very critical situation. That was why we orchestrated this program. They were very, very important personality that was supposed to be here today, but because of the technical issues that we could not mitigate, then that has resulted us to be here. But most importantly is that we have Mommy Erewa here. I am very, very happy each time I hear her name. I've been hearing her name since I think 2020, 2001. I've been hearing her name, and it's a very, very great pleasure to have a great woman like this. Fellow Biafrans, if you are watching this program and you see Mommy Arewa is about maybe 80 years, if not more than, because she looks so young. Don't look at how young she is. She's way older than what you are seeing here. She's so perfect. She has a very perfect nature, and God created her so well. She has been very, very impactful, and she should be a source of inspiration to young Biafrans and new people who wants to join this campaign. You need to participate in this movement. This is an August movement. This is a freedom movement. We are bringing freedom to your doorstep, and we will do it without looking back. This time we have been going through, wumbling and fumbling through all the activity that has been happening. We have, to a certain reasonable extent been able to identify some people who play some kind of corny games. You don't need such thing in a revolution, in a freedom fighting. You don't need it. The only thing you need is love and unity. And then there is nothing anybody that will do to you that you are allowed to pain you or try to engage yourself in any kind of personal gain. In case you find yourself in any position where you have to be useful for the movement, do not engage in any kind of selfish act. Since I've been hearing about Madam Arewa, she was one of the people she's now one of the person that is mostly respected in the autopilot. The reason is she was a principal officer. She was a very, very strong principal officer, even with this Biafran State Department. That is how important she has been in this struggle. So when you see somebody like that, try to correct people there, and the thing went the other way around. So when you see such person, grab her. That is one of the most important person in the struggle. One, because of their sincerity and their honesty. These are people who are going to deliver this mission. These are people who has been selected before they were born. She has been there, but this is the right time that God has said, my daughter, this is the time for you to speak truth to power. And then we are here. We have been very, very disappointed. We have so many saboteurs like Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. And these are people whom their family has also benefited from colonialism. These are people who has been used to kill their fellow Africans by a white man. We are not afraid to say it, and we will continue to tell these bastards the truth. They have destroyed our land, and they continue to betray. And they betrayed their ancestors. This is why Nigeria will never ever be better. Nigeria is not our thing. That evil, that contraction has never been our thing, and it must go back to England, wherever it came from. And I'm telling you, my people, let me not take too much time, because we have taken a lot of Mommy's time today. And Mommy Arewa, I want to thank you for coming to the Coastal Region Liberation Team. This is a place where we speak truth to power. It's a place where we deliver messages of freedom. Although we do not stream every day, but when we stream, we take information from other autopilot media programs, and we try to present them here, especially Simon, because we don't need more to say, but if we can combine this platform and sell the entire Biafra information and make sure that he gets to where he should go, we'll be able to go far with it. And we are very sorry about the technicalities of the program for today, but we'll make it better next time, so that when you come, you'll be comfortable and everything will went fair. The program will be more interesting, then you'll meet more people. A lot of people have commented, have written on WhatsApp that they could not join the program. I am very, very sorry. I programmed the thing down at the time I set the calendar with the program, and unfortunately for me, it looked like somebody tampered with some vital points of codes of the system, and my program, my agenda, and everything we said was kicked out from the studio, and it's going to take a very long time to try and get those things back. But yeah. So, Mommy Arewa, if you can hear me, where are you from in Biafra land? We can hear you. Can we hear her, please? It's like you are muted.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. My volume is low, so could you please, if you don't mind, please, with all due respect, if you can repeat what you just said, so I can.
Yeah. So we are very inspired by your experiences in Biafra and experience in Nigeria. We like to know, because your story is more like our stories too. We never saw all these things. We were deceived, just like we are trying to preach to our people so that they can get this message too. Where are you from exactly in Biafra land?
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm from, I'm in Chekiri.
Wow.
And then on my paternal side, I'm in Chekiri. On my maternal side, I'm Urobo. You know, and I speak both, and both they are Biafran. So when I see my people that they are, you know, they don't know, but because I myself, I was once there, so I do understand, and I'm no fault. But what you must understand is one thing if you don't know. It's another if you see somebody telling you to know what you didn't know. If you call yourself Nigerian, then you are answering what the British and Fulani is giving you a name, and they are telling you to forget who you are. If you look at, if you know, they want you to bury your name. You know why many of us get English name? Let I tell you why. Why many of us get English name? The British knew why they did that. When you want to enter school, all of us get our unique traditional name that they gave to us with the answer. But when you want to enter school or you want baptized, they will tell you, say your traditional name that given to you. Don't answer that name. They will tell you, they will give you a name. They will give you name. You can either, you know, I have a baptismal name, you know, but yet you must say Chinese person. You not go do that with Chinese person. Chinese person go answer in name. Does it mean that they are not in, they don't have church? Even the Fulani themselves, the Fulani where they come, where them and the British people came, because they want to take what they want to turn us into slave, which we not go agree. Then get English name. Then do they have English name? They don't. I have to commend our brother and sister Igbo, who still put their foot down to make sure say they answer their name. I also commend Yoruba to make sure say they answer their name. They're not they play foolishness with them or they play foolishness with us. You born your Peking to go baptize Peking. They say, I make you not answer, make you not use your traditional name, take baptize. Now English name. They did that as part of changing our identity. And make I tell you now one thing, if any of you vote, if you dare vote, because the state at home and all this thing where they happen, so it's not they happen for our area. We are Biafrans. And if any of you go vote, you are voting your life away. Because Fulani, una think so una don't see something now. Una never see something. So don't be foolish to go vote. When I come home, oh, I will say quarter, this quarter. Go to Fulani and go and try to say you want to get Delta quarter. See what they will do to you. Yeah. You can't date, but they can and have Hausa quarter. By the way, Hausa to them, they use Hausa, that name Hausa to deceive people. Hausas are suffering. So we are Biafrans. You know, one Yoruba called me one day and said, Mamongo. Now I say, Baba, how are you? He said, why you carry this Biafra for my head? He said, I'm not Biafra. Now I tell him, I say, stop it right there. Don't dare say that. Because that I am Biafra. And he did that. After that, he himself now do the work in the talk now. So everybody I don't they open. Don't let anybody, you will be doing your generation, your children a disservice if you allow yourself to answer the identity that the British and the Fulani want to give to you, so Dangote will come, carry your things, come out. Fulani will come, carry your things, go. And Fulani will come and say, this area, na me get them. I even get now, say, Udu in Ujane. Then they sell their land to Fulani. Look, if you now listen to Simon EKPA, you better return the money and take your land. Because when Biafra come, na community like society, because you have already sold it. And Fulani no go there. So wake up and don't allow Fulani to play on you, because they don't play on us enough. Delta used to be very, very nice. If you see the roads, but look at it now. Slum, hole, pothole. This is what the British want. And this is what the Fulani want. And so they can come and be taken, and you say, I'm Nigerian. And then make I tell you now one thing. You see these Fulani people, all these Fulani people, when you see so, them come. When them come overseas, you don't see them in Nigerian organization at all. I'm telling you. Nigerian organization, you will not see Fulani at all. Who runs Nigerian organization? Yoruba, Igbo, Edo. Where are the Fulanis? When you are doing something with Nigeria to showcase Nigeria overseas, you will not see Fulani in there. The idiots. But now then they run the government. They run the government. They come, they spend only 2 weeks. Take one program for one school, they come out. Friday, Fulani guy go take Nigeria money, they blow and they take people out to go eat. This is what they do. Where is the money coming from? It's coming from your backyard. It's coming from you. And this is why they don't want Nigeria to end. But Nigeria must end. It has already ended because Biafra is here. And you either accept it, because the map, the ancient map of Africa, before the useless contraption was created, Biafra is there and you are there. So, think of that. It is where the sun rises. The sun doesn't rise in the north. The sun sets in the west and it rises in the east. And that's where we are from. And that's where we are.
Absolutely.
Go and take a look at the map and look at where the sun rises. That is Bight of Biafra. Go and take a look at the ancient map of Africa. You will see it there. So if you are not in a geographical location where the sun not the rise, and you are not in the geographical location where the sun not the set, you are in the geographical location where the sun rises, and that is Bight of Biafra, that is Eastern region, and that is Biafra. If that not make sense to you, I don't know what else will make sense to you. So now Biafra you be. And make sure, don't let anybody write your history for you. Don't let anybody decide your identity for you. As our leader said it, when women, they tie 2 wrappers up and down, that is Biafra. And with a tie up and down. I don't talk my own. Because this pidgin English, I love her well.
Yes.
Now so it be. So don't allow anybody to deceive you. Look at our boys. Look at our younger generation. It breaks my heart what they have done. But we should be thanking our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, that came to open our eyes. And right now, we should thank Simon EKPA. Autopilot, now we did so. I love to see us do a sit at home. I love to see us join in campaign. Because when the Biafra come, you have to take care of your own. Now you go take care of your own territory because somebody not will come take care of your territory for you. So all these lies when that they talk will say, oh, Igbo people go come, Igbo people go come, they go come take control. This is how they deceived us about Igbo people. Deceived us and deprived us. We cannot produce, we cannot manufacture, we don't have enhancement, we don't everything that because of the way they deceived us. I remember when I was young, one Igbo man, instant pit, so when they come, British people, they do Fulani, this, that, many things that was going on, all those factories that they used to do, sugar, everything, even fabric, all collapse. Now, Dangote now. Now, the thing when I want to be that, I saw the war. During the war, I was still biased. But my eyes is open now. Because in the Bible now, when they sing it too, it said, I was once blind, but now I see. Any of Una Constance who is still saying that he or she is not Biafran, that Constance is answering an identity that the British and Fulani give to you so they can come and take what is yours. I end my case here. A word is enough for the wise. I want to see young generation join this struggle because now Biafra will be. And when Biafra comes, you go see for yourself rules, regulations, enhancement. People will be coming. That's how it used to be. They'll be coming. Things life will go better, and Britain doesn't want that because now your resources, now they build, now they build Britain. You know, your resources, now build Britain for free. Now, they're on top of it. They hold all the top positions. When I go home now, I see our own people, they answer, yes sir, to Fulani. And it hurts. You own resources that God bless you with. And when God gives you something, you not take care of it. Somebody else go come, they do, and we go destroy them for you. That's exactly what's going on. So rise up, except you like the destruction that you are seeing. And stop listening to politicians. Okowa, na political job and I be. He said that PDP, but they worship APC. Yes, so now because of APC, now Okowa deny himself. He said not be Biafra. In 2015, I will never forget it. After that, I had no respect for that man. Till today, I don't. So Okowa is not a Biafran. Now Fulani Pikin. Yes. So me, I make I stop here because I feel go on and on. And if anybody else want to talk, they're not going to talk. Make I let them talk, I might hear. But I will have to go now. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here. And please learn. Be wise. When I see me, they pull my ears. Be wise. As you see everybody, they come, they talk to us. So if you don't, be wise. We are Biafran. We are Biafran. Take it and don't let anybody deceive you and say you are what you are not. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mommy, for coming. And this is it. You just kill it. You have given us a lot of things now, and this very great service will never ever go in vain. God will bless you for the energy you use to preach to us tonight, preach to Biafra people from the coastal region, and to let Biafrans from the coast know that these people have forced themselves on us to our own detriment. We must rise up against them. We must rise up against anything that has to do with Britain and the Fulanis. We must focus. There is some people, they said, you people will just say strong words, strong words, and you are getting people killed. No, there is a way we can do this that it does not have to even go into killing of anybody. The autopilot is very smart. We are offering Nigerians a chance. You still have a chance to repent. You have a chance to repent. You have a chance to join. You have a chance to learn. You have a chance to hear. We provide the media. We provide a certain level of security. It's not maximum, but good enough to our own standard. And we are telling you that we are offering you a chance for us to decide whether we want to go with Nigeria, since Nigeria has already been planted there and it has swallowed millions of lives. These people who have been killed, let me tell you one thing that is happening again in respect to what Moni has said. What is happening is the kill of your intelligence, the kill of your smart people, the kill of the people that know the truth, the kill of the people that has love, that wants to pay sacrifice for you. And when these people are out, you become a prey, you become vulnerable. And when you are vulnerable, you become helpless. And that is when you will realize what people who have died was trying to teach you. Ojukwu is dead now. When he was fighting, even in his dying time, they asked him if he regrets fighting for Biafra. He said no. The propaganda, the lies, the hatred became too much. But today, people realize what this guy was actually fighting for. Now, everybody is a victim of what he fought for. If you listen to this idiot they call article, if Nigeria is a viable society before, somebody like this is not up to the level of contesting for any position, not even a local government. But because that is why this kind of people, Agberus, they kill off your intellects and they force their own in and introduce their draconian system. Ojukwu saw this many years ago and he fought for it. These are men. You doesn't necessarily need to win a war, but a war is two types to win it. One, if you get what you are looking for. But for you to get what you are looking for, can you be able to sustain the price that comes with it? That is another question. And that is where we are today, the propaganda, the manipulation, the sabotage, the buying and selling of people's conscience. These are the situation. So, Mommy, thank you so much for coming, and God will bless you so much. Dear friends, this is Mommy J. Arewa, and she is from Delta State, Biafra land. And she have told us today that coastal region is Biafra. She stated it and she buttressed on it, and she lays a lot of emphasis on areas and how we are Biafrans. She talked about the bite of Biafra, and she talked about the old eastern region, which we are also part of. And she says she can go on and on because there is a lot of stories to tell. How we are related to the Igbos, how about tribe, the ethnic union in a tribe, and what is a nation. When you combine these things, this family, she talked about how our family style, this rapper, our leader talked about too. So these are how you know us. These are who we are. We tie these Igbo people, they call them akwacha. Back your baby at the back, you tie her, not like the Ishawuru nature of the. No, we don't do that. These are so a nation, a group of people or families who either speak the same language or have the same culture. Your culture is the people's way of life. Culture includes your way of dressing, the way you talk, the way you behave, the way you do marriage, your food. These are your system of farming. These are culture. These are, when you see these things in us, you just know who we are. Then the other part, the Yoruba tribe, if you see some kind of tribal markers, you see the way they talk or their language, you know this is Yoruba. This is a nation. And these people have us almost 80 million, more than 80 million number of people, human beings. So when these people come together, they become very powerful. They become a very powerful people. They understand how important the human value and their life is. They build an umbrella of security for themselves. They segmented themselves so that they can have a central force and protect themselves under one umbrella with a goal and a vision for the future. They plan together. And there's no people, when these people achieved it, this is what Biafra wants to achieve. How we can have a unilateral government under one umbrella as a pyramid, and then secure ourselves and build a very powerful and beautiful civilization that was taken from us. Our parents had a plan. Thank you, Mommy, if we are not wasting your time, but I just wanted to clarify, buttress more on what you have said, you know. Because, Mommy, if you, like Germany here, if you come here, you go to that find they have different kinds of museum. They have underground museum, they have different museum. And when you go to this museum, you will see the intelligence of our ancestors. And then I try to take my mind back and everything I have heard about our ancestors, how they degraded them, how some of them even called them slaves. Our ancestors were not slaves. These people make many artifacts, make many sculptures and crafts. In my area, down from Ugeli, I say Ugeli, let me say from Abraka down to Abakaleke, each of the village and community you come across these places, there are sculptures before that was built in these places. But my grandfather said immediately before the war ended, the time it lasted, all these things were gone. And when you come here, you go to these people's museum, you will see intelligence, the architecture of our ancestors. This was a growing, powerful civilization that some people saw, and they choose to destroy it. And that is why God will destroy Britain and everything they represent. We didn't do these people anything. We didn't do them anything, but they choose to destroy our future. And now we are the one paying the price. That is why God will visit them. I am very sorry. These people, I talk to them how my spirit lead me. God will visit them, their children and their children and their children and their future children and their future generation. God will tear everything apart. And God will tear the Fulani apart. We will achieve Biafra. We have a goal. We have a vision. We have a future with Biafra. With Nigeria, our life is under threat. This is what I have for us today, in line with what Mommy have taught us today. So we are Biafran people. When your brother is talking to you in a very friendly manner about Biafra, try to still understand, because you Nigerians like to act like extremists. I don't know if it's a charm. That charm really worked very hard, that you have to hate your own and embrace another one else's. So this is where we might be drawing the line, the curtain for today. And thank you very much for coming, Mommy. My name remains Bright Osai from Delta State, which is Biafra land. And our aim, our goal is to restore Biafra. And Mommy, I want to promise you, I still want to beg you that we are going to make this program better. You have enough time and you will have your agendas. If possible, we will make a circular for it, so you look at it and you follow a kind of structural framework. And because I know you, I have been watching, I've watched your programs long time. I have been in one meeting where you spoke, and that was why I thought that you will be very good for the Coastal Region Liberation Team. And I know you are very, very intelligent, very, very smart. And since you are still here with us on Earth, we would like you to borrow us a few times when we call for you. And it will be a very, very great service, just like today. I'm very sorry about the network today. Yeah. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much. Please, next time we should have the map, because that's a very strong evidence. So people will know that they are Biafrans. Because you see, this is why too they took history away. They took all those things away because it took bite of Biafra away. All this is the wickedness they did to us. And we as a people, you know, we are learning. You know, for anybody who is out there, who is a coastman, who is still blind or in darkness or still in slumber, still saying, I beg, I know when you talk about Biafra, they go ask you, are you Neighbours, now you be? I can't blame you, it's not your fault. And that's because of what they did to us. That's the harm they did to our heart, our mind. And I am a witness to it. I used to be thinking that way until I realized. And I'll tell you, when I realized it during the Jonathan and Buhari. And I saw how the scapegoating they did to him as a Christian.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to tell people is Jonathan is the only president. Go look at it. The only president who went on Mecca trip, pilgrimage. Why did they do that? The Fulani made sure he went to pilgrim, and they themselves, the Fulani, were the president, the British people put them as leaders. The Fulani go on pilgrim, but you will not see any of them who send a president to them went on pilgrim. But what did they do? Jonathan being a Christian, and he is from Coastal, they made him to go on a pilgrimage to Mecca. This is how bad the British. You see, these British people make a tell you that one thing. They go suffer well when Biafra come, and that's why they don't want Biafra to come, because they don't want to suffer. So the suffer, when they themselves go suffer, they want you to continue to suffer in shell oil. Okay? Yes. Go ask Jonathan, did he go on a pilgrim to Mecca or not? And he could not tell he knew that none of them, the president, have gone on pilgrimage to Mecca, but he went. They made him to. And look at Obi. Obi now, all these Edo people, make I tell Edo people in Edo language. Wani Edo, Ewemuwa. Wamano Bia, Wave Muyegbe, Wave Muyahu. Obi, Unanako ask Obi, when the vice president, and he run out. Obi tell una the vice president in Mauritania na be Fulani. Una don ask Obi wali dia do ni ma Obi nyahu e to be wa be ye na wa tell we no be o wa be ye. Una no ask Obi when vice president na Mauritania Fulani. When you go run una life, why Obi go take Fulani, Mauritania from West Africa, an Islamic nation, like the contraction, to be vice president? And you know they say, I mean, not they talk about that. So when you win, when you know Walibia do, Nima no be who are to be a while. When Obi win finish now, you think that the top person now Obi go take to vice president because we are not the same vice. And we are not the action. So when you win finish now, Obi go come tell you and say, now my vice will be this in Mauritania. Then Mauritania people come they control their life because that's the contraction. But I thank you all. So make una wake up. Don't let anybody let you answer who you are not because you are Biafra. I beg, show the map because it's a very strong evidence. Yes. Show it.
Next time we'll bring the map.
Thank you.
Yes.
I salute all of you now. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and you know, talk to you all. And I'm glad I'm in this struggle. I like to see our younger generation, young men like you, women, all in this struggle, co-sponsors, you know. So I thank you very much, and we keep the awareness going. And I want to say, all hail Biafra. Thank you.
All hail Biafra, mommy. We want to say very good night to you. Sleep very well. Oh, we are already at night here. This is 11:37 here already. So it's PM. It's late here. So we wish you a very good day. I think we are 6 hours ahead of you. And have a very nice one. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your comment. So fellow Biafran will be rounding up here, and thank you for joining the program. We believe and hope that you learned something today. And we are going home by next year. There's going to be a lot of things are going to come up next year. Do not let your heart be troubled. The Bible said, do not let your heart be troubled. If you believe in me, believe also in him. You must believe in yourself. You must believe in Biafra. And if you believe in Biafra, you must also believe in God. The God of Biafra has risen. And next year is going to be very powerful. A lot of things are going to be coming up gradually, and we employ you to, you know, participate. Join the campaign. Help us share this message to reach a lot of you. You know, people from coastal region need to start joining this struggle. You guys are very smart and intelligent people, but Nigeria is after you. First of all, they have achieved a lot of things. They divided you against your family, which is Igbos. When they want to conquer you, they Igbonized the struggle, the war, and they kill the part they want to kill. They consider you as a conquered people. They created chaos in order to take your source of income, which is your resources. They hijack resources And they do this with international parties, their interests and their alliance. They have shared these things among themselves. Another strategy they did, they introduced the Abuja Declaration, which is making you that live in the coastal region in South, where you call South today, and some of you call yourselves Niger Delta. I'm not a Niger Delta. I'm not a slave. They are making you to lose your land. Some act that has been developed for you under that Abuja Declaration is making you to have no ownership of your land. The only thing that you can have is your C of O, and very soon you have to be paying tax for that your C of O, and you don't know how much. They have said something like that, that even they want to start with Lagos, where Lagosians will not have, you know, liberty to their land if taxes for their land is not so. They said for the Igbo man, it could be up to 1 million. For them, the Yoruba, a certain amount of money, and the Fulanis a certain amount of money. So this is not our culture. This is not our nature. We don't even have a European system. That is way far from us. People own their land. Even when you die, they bury you in your house. They do not take you to the cemetery. It is only a kid that they take to the cemetery. Every honorable, respectable person, man who have a home, is buried in his home. We must come out, because the IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, have a lot of package and a lot of plans to change your life, to make your life better, to provide you and your family a better and a promising future and enabling environment for survival, including enabling environment for learning. And we implore you to participate in the Biafran struggle. Preach to your neighbors, preach to your friends. Do not be afraid of paying sacrifice. The question you must ask yourself is, why are these people after Biafran's life? Why are they after to destroy Biafra? Why are they after planning and working hard to make sure that it doesn't come? These Fulani are not the only people that are against Biafra. There are international powerful interests against the freedom of Biafran people. And you must ask yourself, why? The reason is what they are getting from you. They are the one making you to be poor, and they will turn around and tell you that you are a third world country, you are a poverty-stricken nation, you live in the swamp, you are. Some Europeans have even said that you live in the jungle. The chief of, what do you call it? Legacy or the diplomat, I don't know what this European Union policy chief have called African people white animals. He said in his statement that many people live in the jungle and that Europe is a beautiful garden. I'm not quoting him very rightly. He said Europe is a very, very beautiful garden. And some people, many nations live in the jungle. We know the people he's referring to. He is referring to Africa as white animals who lives in the jungle. And he said the jungle is trying to invade the beautiful garden. That the Europeans who live in the beautiful garden should not only build walls, but they have to go to Africa and probably wipe you out or try to behave like they want to help you because of the new mineral resources that they have discovered newly, and because of the issue with gases. They are trying and planning, and they have been working very hard with a very well-funded effort to make your life very, very miserable. We have intelligence people who have paid sacrifice even with their life to get information from where we shouldn't have gotten it. These people, our respect, will always go to you for the job that you are doing, and that is why we will continue to bring the information to our people from the coastal region for you to know what is to come and who you are today. If you are watching this video, you have been able to discover yourself as a Biafran, and you have received Biafra as your country and your land, and Biafra is ready to serve you we will work very hard to achieve this Biafra for everyone. Nobody will be left behind. If worse comes to worse, we will take the measures of last resort. We can decide to go by the 5 states of the Igbo land in the southeast. I will pack my things and go there. I will reject you as my family. If you reject Biafra, I can go and buy land in the east and I will live there. But we will make sure that we do to Nigeria something that it may never survive from if he refuses to give us our freedom. You have no right to keep us under hostage for many years. You have no right to keep us under your foot or match your foot on our neck. Our children are turning asylum. Our families are becoming IDP in their own land. People are running away from their land, and people will see Fulani trucks and they will start running. You are creating fear and chaos in the life of our people, and you are turned around to make it look like a tribal or communal crisis. You have failed this time. This thing was done before 1960 and before 1967. This thing was happening. We're eliminating our people, executing our people the way they are slaughtering us today. Nigerian military are involved among the Fulani terrorists who are killing our people. If you don't know that, you must be a very crazy human being. I am telling you, you must learn as a Biafran wherever you are in Biafra land today. You don't have to make noise. All you have to do is to use your brain. Igbo people, I want to thank you for the battle that you have been fighting. All of us, even if people from the coastal region do not acknowledge the price, the utmost price that you have paid for all of us, I must tell you that you must remain very strong. These people hate you so much, including the Peter Obi. They are kissing his lip. All those Nigerians doing all those things do not have voters card. And they are not going to vote for Peter Obi. Even if they vote for him, they don't like him. And they are going to set him up. They are going to betray him when the time comes. There is going to be a very huge crisis in Nigeria by next year. And you have to be prepared for it. If you know how to make explosive, you have any knowledge in chemical science, you must start doing something for your own self-defense. Everybody must have a right to self-defense. When Biafra comes, it is going to be a resource control. The resources in Delta State will develop Delta State. And the federal government of Biafra will put resources into each and corresponding states to build those states and use those resources, because this is the country. What is federalism? Federalism is having a capital territory that give out arms and help, give out aids to all the states under the umbrella that it is protecting. The country is just a country, but the most important thing is the human being and their life that must be protected. All lives are equal. It doesn't matter whether you are a president. It is this Western European pattern that have destroyed our civilization that makes for you to look at somebody like a big man. But in their place, like Germany here, they do not have anything like that. But in Nigeria, there are a lot of big men and there are a lot of poor men. And you ask yourself, what is all this nonsense? A poverty created by fellow human beings. My brothers, there is a promised land that God is promising us, and me and my family will be part of it. And I implore you, all of you from coastal region, from the south, as you call yourself, try to help us. Let us achieve. This will be a greatest achievement for the entire Africa, I swear to God. Because it is the promised land of God. God has made this promise, and that is why there are a lot of enemies, including the ones that are possessed by the devil, including the ones that deliberately out of hatred, they want to continue to steal from you. And God will tear them apart. God will inflict them with an incurable disease, and their generation and their future generation, including their future generations unborn, except if they rise up today and return all they have stolen from Biafra land and apologize for what they have done. Of course, God will tear UK apart. That is what they brought. That is the type of blessing and a curse they brought upon themselves until they realize that they have inflicted the children of God and apologize for all the evil they have committed. And my coastal region people, we love you so much. We don't want to fight our own brothers. We love you so much. We want to live in harmony. We want to live in a better society. We want to live in a workable society. Next time we are going to be coming on here, we will bring you different, okay, we take like 5 because there are so many of them. These 5 will give millions and millions of jobs for each state. Only roads have given thousands of jobs. Building of healthcare have given hundreds of thousands of jobs. When you build these things, you build housing so people can have a place to live, a roof over their head, even if they are paying for the rent. You will give people a kind of standard of life that they deserve. Our people deserve the best. Coastal region deserve the best. You do not deserve Nigeria. And I pray that Nigeria will never happen to you. And with this, I say good night to every one of you. And I wish you a very, very happy New Year in advance. This New Year 2023 will be a year of freedom, to be a year of success for you and your family, to be a year of good health. God will keep you safe, and God will bless all of you that have tuned into this very program. This is Coastal Region Liberation Team. In this liberation, we are liberating our people from the coast. So if you are not from the coastal region and you help us to share this video, God will bless you so much, because you must have saved life sharing this video as it gets to people from the coastal region and they try to download it and see reasons from what we are saying. This thing is going to change the life of our people, and we can participate and benefit like the people from the east. People from the east, Igbo people, never think that you are suffering. Never lament. Never argue about the price that you have paid, because you have almost won the battle. And we have so much love for you. Our heart goes to the people in Ihamufu. That slaughter broke all of us, our heart. And I have never seen a thing like that. Except one time that the government, these Fulani people has dealt with us. See, this kind of thing happened in Ugeli one time, where they had a mass burial of people, of human beings, indigenous people. And Ugeli people from Delta State, I must say a very, very big thank you. You have also paid, you've paid the worst price also in the coastal region. We are the first people to always represent when something like this are coming up. This shows that you people are really very brilliant and smart people with able-bodied young men who are highly intellectual. And I pray that God will bless you and keep us safe even in 2023, and give us a very strong and tough mentality to battle these people without our hearts shaking. Because when they are slaughtering us, their heart does not shake. They come at night and they will butcher our people. We must prepare for them. We don't have money. We don't have enough gun and bullet to fight these people. And we must figure out a way to combat these people. They will not even have a chance to shoot guns. There are thousands of methods. Even the air can be used as a weapon of war when you are left. I wish our ancestors, they did their best anyways. But this time we must figure this out. How we can fight these people without shooting any single gun. It doesn't matter the cost or the consequences. Since people are not ready to listen to us, we must do something big. We must do something big. No matter how long it takes, we will figure it out. And that will be it. I want you to lay your support to the autopilot These people are working. We want people on people who are not lazy, people who hands are on deck. We want you to support Simon Ekpa anyhow you can. Go in for the fundraising. This is how we try to secure our land. The autopilots, especially Simon Ekpa and Madam Azoka herself, these people are very sincere and very honest. They are very trustworthy. And we must try to give them support for this new dimension they are trying to initiate. This dimension carries a lot of package, but the challenges and the attacks this agenda is facing is very, very high. We implore you never to shake about any propaganda or manipulation or twist of words or any kind of thing that these people will try to come up with this time. Do not be shaken. You must remain unshakable and strong. With this mental toughness, we'll be able to succeed this battle and this freedom successfully with all of us together. God bless Simon Ekpa Njoku. God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God bless Ambazonia people. God bless Oduduwa nation. It's a very, very beautiful nation that God is trying to bring forth to this very earth. And we pray that God will give them the power and the strength to achieve it. Our alliance with them will continue to remain. We will work with them. They are very, very good people. BIAFRANS are very good people. There are saboteurs everywhere, including among the Yorubas. But sabotage and lies must not stop the will of God from being manifested. With this, I say good night to you all.